Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at match 3 of round 8 of D.LEAGUE 2023-2024 season. It is going to be between Cyberagent Legit and Medical Concierge imoon. So this is going to be really fun because of Cyberagent. They are heavily known for more popping, locking, and very, very clean sets. imoon does take that more jazz contemporary approach, so it's going to be very interesting conceptually what we look at, as well as competency of craft with what they choose to do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Oh. Nice. Yeah. Sheesh, they really catered more towards boogaloo fundamentals, like a lot of ticking, vibrations, ton of dime stops. It's just woo, that was beautiful. Okay, so for them, concept was going back to, you know, the essence of the basics of like what makes them who they are. And I do know their costuming was like supposed to be suave yet glamorous, if that kind of makes sense, based on what Google Translate has shown me. So we did really cater to I think it's Takuma, right? Takuma's on Jet Boy Bangers. He's also the captain of Cyberagent Legit, and there's also somebody else that is in this, oh man, Takumi, sorry. So yes, I think that's him right here. And then there's one other that's also in Jet Boy Bangers. But anyway, all that to say, super dope set from them, coming from the top here. How they set it up. Honestly, they kind of did something similar to what Valiance did in match 2 when it comes to like showcasing what makes us us. Does that make sense? Which is what Full Cast Razors did a couple rounds prior. So it's kind of nice to see groups do that and showcase that. You know what I mean? So, but going from here, he has a really nice boom, showcasing, allowing that natural reverb to happen and to create a really nice transition out of that. And then from there, it goes and turns into a really nice speed change. Notice that we have to place that weight. Be mindful where your weight is placed whenever you do choose to do that kind of speed change, because if you have it in the balls of the feet, it's going to end up turning your movement and make it look slightly different than if you're turning on your heels, right? So, but having all this looks really cool. I do like the varied levels. It's always just creates nice depth to your formation. If everybody was doing, you know, the kind of the same thing, then you would probably want to do some other facet of the formation to make it feel a little bit cleaner. But because everybody's committed in their levels, it makes it feel more sporadic, which I think is what they were going for. From here, having Takumi, you know, go through a group of 2, and then they're the ones that are kind of doing like a mirrored effect, going to the other side, and then having somebody else go backwards, which is really nice. So you have everybody that's being accented off of what Takumi is doing, which I'm a fan of. That's something that I am always, you know, I'm always inspired whenever I see people do that, because you get to showcase a feature, but it's still collaborative with your group. Like, it's just so nice to see, you know? And so I always love to appreciate and respect that when you do see it. I love that choice. Boom, boom, he takes it and he pulls that energy from my guy that's most forward on that stage, right? And then everybody goes. Now, everybody has to make sure that they go to the same range and degree. And they don't have to do the exact same, like, timing, right? But they do have to stop and start around the same time, right? Which is great. Then from here, right there, they start and they travel that vibration from the legs up to the top of the body. I love that. And then they finish it out. He takes it. Then you have that vibration start in the chest where Takumi is. It allows those from the side, so it adds a nice little build on. They take it, bring it around, hitting it through. Everybody is down except for Takumi. He is up. Very nice. Great way to still have him featured, but it's still, you know, cohesive, which I love. He takes it, boom, boom, boom. They all rock that weight onto that heel. And then you have a new feature, and then from there he pushes and it causes, you know, like a buckle effect of their knee to allow them to teeter back. It's so gorgeous. Bringing it around, they push that energy around, and love that pop to drop it down, to switch it up. I love how they took the body and then they switched it and then they caused a new effect out of it. It's gorgeous. Pulling it through. This, I'm always a fan. Like, this is so inspiring. I would say he's probably one of my favorite breakers of the D.LEAGUE, just in general. I really appreciated, I think if it's the same B-boy, I really liked what he did in Cypher 1. Oh, it was awesome. So I really love how they utilize him in this way. It's gorgeous. So for me, going to the headstand, and then what they do is they take it and he just bends it over using the opposition uses of the hip to really make that moment happen. For me, this is so inspiring. It actually makes me like, because I have some dancers at one of the studios I'm with who are really proficient in acro. And who can do handstands very well, and they've studied waving and they've studied isolations and boogaloo techniques. But I have been starting to explore more breaking fundamentals with them, because I think for them, they have the strength to do it. They also they understand the concept of positioning as well. So for me, I feel more inspired to, you know, be able to figure out ways to get them to try different freeze avenues that make them look like them within their wheelhouse. And I think little things like this are really inspiring for me personally, to where I can look at this and I'm like, I want to show these girls and say, hey, you can do this too. Let's just try this, that, and the other, because it's a headstand, but it's about where your weight and where your hinging is, and also just how proficient you are at balancing. And so it's little things like that. It's just so fun. That, like, right there into kind of a transition to a hollowback. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love this so much. Every time I see it, I could see it a million times on a million different groups. I will love it every single time. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. And it's so nice anyway. But I really like that peel around, the commitment from everybody, the stability that he has right there into a freeze, and it presses up, my gosh, into that Nike, I think it's that Nike freeze, right? But then everybody bleeds, and then from here he started over into and then everybody else kind of followed suit, which I really like. Beautiful cannon, call that a cannon. They swing it around, bring it through, bring it up, that little ding, and then they boom, completely pop off an accent out of it. Doon, really love that choice. That was gorgeous. The French gives it away. That vibration wave. Whoo, I love it. Now, I am very proficient at doing vibration waves in my arms, but actually, like, figuring out how to do that in my body is something I haven't really thought about doing, but I love seeing it done here, because once again, I would say Cyberagent is really, really inspiring for me as an individual with some of these techniques that they have chosen to innovate and how they choose to continue to put in their sets, because it makes me, it just makes me appreciate the craft and the boogaloo styles so much more, because you get to see it in it's not watered down at all. Does that make sense? Because sometimes you run into that problem where you get boogaloo or breaking or crump or whacking, and when you see it in choreography, sometimes you're like, ooh, it feels a little bit muted, or it can feel a little bit watered down, just depending on the style. But here, no, not at all. Like, it feels like we are able to see a lot of things that you normally only see in a freestyle context. You're able to see it in a choreographic context, which is the appropriate move. Truly, I love it. It's amazing. It's so nice to see this. Then they all come in because everybody has to showcase it to the same degree. It's doing a tick versus ticking versus strobing are very different in fundamentals. They're different styles too, even though they're under the same umbrella boogaloo, right? But I really love how they bring it up, bringing it all the way through. I love that switch, taking the legs. Love that shifting the energy and the stability check on here. Everyone has to do a good job, boom, with the accent of the leg to bring it right back up. Love that, bing, 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 bing. Really nice little walkout. Gosh, it's so cool. Taking it through, boom, boom. And I love having a nice little fixed point moment or allowing the body to rotate around. Switching it through, bom, 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 which I really like. Now, this is my other Jet Boy bangers, right? So they take it, so he's the only one facing front, everyone else is facing the back. The vibration coming up, boom, which I really like. Switching it around, boom, boom. I really like that choice as well. Coming up, boom. Everybody takes their hands up. He takes his full body. They go and they drop it. Bringing it through, really like that choice as well. Great level representation. This was awesome. Taking it, boom, boom, with the head. And then they take it and they slow it down. Now I'm a sucker for head isolations. I always have been, always will be. And so just seeing that little progression, boom, 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 boom. Sheesh. To that. Very inspiring watching this. And I think that was kind of their point. They pulled in my heartstrings, in admiration. And so they did a fantastic job on that front. So they take it, bring it through, boom, boom, and then they choose to wave it out to the top. If my camera, just a side note, if you're noticing, like if I'm here and then you see it move, that is just a new update on the software that I've been using. I don't know how to turn it off. It's just, I've had some issues with this software as of late. So anyway, so if it bothers you that it like randomly zooms into my face or like that, I can't control it. I'm sorry. I'll try maybe to not move so much. But anyway, from here, you see how they take it, boom, and the pulls in. Looks really good here. They take it, drop it down. Now, here's where formation-wise, they start to teeter a little bit. Area for growth for sure. You notice when they walk, that looks fine. I love this little feature moment here. It does feel like we're using a little bit of accents with house, which is really nice. But notice that our lines are not quite lining. We have, one person a little bit teeter to the back. I do feel like it would be cleaner if it was a straight line, but is it intentional? Maybe, not quite sure, but I do like it. I'm going to assume no, because from here you take the lines and then they're going to turn them into this, right? Where it's like a backwards, turning into parallel lines. It's just not as clean getting into it, but I do like I like the walkout variation. It looks really nice. Switching it through, notice it's not everybody has an even spacing, so he has significantly more room in comparison to my guy right here and here and here. So that's just my little general note that the spacing could have been a little bit nicer and crisper here. And the variants of this are nice, but also they do feel pretty familiar for this group, or they just feel familiar in general, because that's what you normally are used to seeing from, whenever you do see people do more boogaloo, you see them do popping. You normally see that type. It's a walkout, right? So, but I do like it where everybody's going the opposite way. Takumi's doing a good job on his feature. Boom. He has to make sure that he showcases something different, but also showcases fingerprints that overlap that really make it work and feel nice. And I think he did a really great job there. I love that. And just the focus too is really cool. Everybody brings those arms up. Great range on that. Really good stability on that left leg. That was gorgeous too, where he goes, boom, he accents around. They turn. It's important that they all turn at the same rate, which they did. Boom, and they turn around, which I love that as well. That pushing, boom, and they all rotated around. Looks gorgeous. Oh, so cool. Yep. So cool. That little ding and just that pull, and then having that accent and energy happening on the outsides. Whew, that was super, super cool. Am I a fan of the lighting choice? I mean, that's a subjective thing. I don't think it was the best in showcasing that moment, but to each their own. I think it's fine. We have full flush here, so we can appreciate it here. I would say with my group on the outside, not the outside, goodness. Well, we can talk about the outside group. I do like it. You do notice that the spacing is a little bit off. My guy up here needs to scoot up just a smidge, just to make it a little bit truly, truly symmetrical, so it's not as balanced as it could be, but I do like having the level differentiation, and they're complementary too, where you have those that are doing a switch with the legs, then you have those that have the upper body and they're coming up. It looks really nice. And the pull up there, and they go take it and they rotate it around, which is great. So they come up, the wave in looks cool. I love that boom, 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 boom. Really nice, showcasing a box of pops, but also fixed points. It looks gorgeous. Just swinging it around. Love that choice. They take it. They do a nice little fan action. Looks great. Waving it through. Whirl, whirl. Also looks great. That's gorgeous. Super fun. Hitting it through. Boom, boom. With a little wave action. Looks awesome. Bringing it up. Bringing it down. They take it and they use it as a fixed point. It's so fun. Once again, I mean, I love it. Honestly, I mean, yeah, the formations are a little bit simpler, but they do a fantastic job on content. Like, it's beautiful just seeing the complexity of a lot of what they're doing collectively. It's so nice. Take it around. I love that little wave, and they cause the body to rotate around. Super cool. The beautiful little cannon action right there. And then everybody contributing it down. Once again, vibration. Love that as well. Once again, doing a little walkout. I mean, I feel like, are we kind of repeating certain, not sequences, but maybe not variants. I would say, I mean, like, I kind of feel like maybe we've repeated maybe one too many walkout variations, if that makes sense, because it feels very similar. It's just transitioning to a different formation, so that's like a go-to transition. But even then, that's more like subjective than anything, right? It looks fine. They take it right there, boom, and then ding. That was a cool lighting choice. They finish teetering it down into the side. So that was very, very enjoyable, and I can't wait to see the results of this match, because I know imoon's going to be bringing it too. So let's go ahead and watch. Ugh. Ooh. Yeah. Woo. Wow. Okay. I love that. So it was like, was it sexy? I would say it's like, I was like a spunky sensual. Does that kind of make sense? I feel like it's not like your typical kind of like sexy lady. It's like a, it's like a funky sexy, I guess. I don't know how else to word it, but that was super fun. Okay, so I just read the concept of this, and if I'm honest, I can kind of understand, what's the word? I saw some Cyberagent legit influence in this. It really did feel that way, especially with the use of the talk box, and some of their choices. I think that's hilarious. They're like, our theme is to beat Cyberagent legit. Okay, audience vote. Who would I give it to? Oh, man. Personally, I mean, I feel like Cyberagent will probably take this because of the influence of Jet Boy Bangers. For me, I would personally, honestly vote for imoon. I really liked imoon's set. Just complete non-objective, just how I personally feel. I really loved how they danced to their track. It's different in how you would normally approach it, which I really like. So for me, my personal note, I would vote for imoon. Do I think the audience is going to vote for imoon over Cyberagent? I don't think so. So I'll make a note here. Cyber true audience. But I personally, if I was there in the audience, I'd vote for imoon. All right. From the top of this shindig, let's look at it. I love this. I just feel so inspired. I don't know why, but I just feel so inspired by watching so many of these groups. It just feels, just in this lineup of matches in general, because I feel that a lot of them have kind of either taken it back to their roots in a sense, or just their approach is just different than what we've used to see, or the intention is different. And so it makes me feel more, you know, influenced, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just my headspace. Probably that. But I love how they're all kind of set up. It's nice that they have, of course, all 8 represented. Nice sunglasses as well. They take it. They say, hey, let's go. Let's have fun. Taking it through. Da-da-da. Over. Then it has that really nice. Very nice if you were to do popping or a boogaloo style on here. I like it. Do-do-do. They are definitely on the clean side. They do have some choices, though, in their... what's the word? Some of their techniques that I think Cyberagent has a leg up on them on is the complexity of the skill, but also having the degree of the amount of people that they have doing that difficulty of skill. And I think that's why, for me, I personally think Cyberagent may take the skill category, but I don't think they would take all of them. I don't think it's a clean sweep at all. I think this is a very, very tough match, honestly, out of the ones I've seen so far. But seeing it, I love how they bled it down. I like the choice where they vroom, really nice choice in how they drop. They all expand out, vroom and vroom, running back in. I love this here. Boom. When it comes to essence, oh, so good. They have a wider variety of styles represented here in comparison to variants, right? So this is going to be a tough match in the sense of like who will win each item for me personally. But I really love this though. Boom and boom. And I love that everybody's accented a different direction and it causes a redirection, but there's still structure because everyone's taking the same degree of misdirection. We come up, boom, and then speed change looks really nice. I love that little bounce, boom, whirl, and drop it down. And then once again, boom, boom, and a head little nod. And then we all expand it around, boom, boom, and the nice little wave out. Now, some of them really chose to fully accent with that hand. Others not so much, so that would be my general note. Love this boom and drop, looks really fun. Yep, that boom and vroom, really love that choice as well. Diving it down, dive, 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 looks really cool. That little swing, boom, building the energy, and love that. And then having our 3, and then they travel the energy back, looks really cool. They take it, boom, nice little melt coming up, looks great. Melting it through, and then a nice little wave to come up. I have done that progression before in choreo. It's fun. If it calls for it, do it. It's fun. I love with the step, instead of doing a step and keeping your legs kind of where they are, they're going step and then they're doing a little ball change to keep that groove going. Really fun. Melting it up. I love that. Boom. Really cool. Love that once again. That won't, won't, won't. Come up. Love the melting of the energy. Super cool. The look up. Boom. I like that, where they kind of push the energy down towards the core. They're like, hey, what's up? Then from there, notice it's important that they look down at the ground. Why? It made us want to look lower. And then as soon as they pop their head up and they start doing footwork, it was easier for us as an audience to see that. So the power perception of where your head is can really affect where we end up looking, which is super dope. I love that. That dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Taking the energy, bringing it up, dee-dee-dee-dee, and then we take it, whoom. The melting's really fun. I love how they take it and move from side to side. Do I think this may be a little bit, in the sense of complexity within the, with how they're syncopating or how they're exploring their musicality? I would say like the actual content itself, I think, is the one thing that is a little bit not up to snuff in terms of difficulty in comparison to Cyberagent, but they are very competitive on all the other fronts, though. I will say that. I just think because they're riding the ands and the whole counts a little too much, they're not riding on the annas, or they're not varying it up on the sounds as much, or showcasing more difficult collective technique execution. I love this, though. I do like this energy there. Ba-da-da-da. that was really fun where everybody kind of made their own choice. Then some of them I will say though, because of the prep to get into a particular freeze, you know, they were a little bit premature in coming out of their movement. But I love the melt here, right there into the straight line. Clapping, clap, let's go. Love they take it, boom, doom, 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 dropping it down, bringing it up, down. I love this with the poses. Then having the 3 hop up and then everybody drop low. So I really can feel they're like, hey, we can do Cyberagent too. It's fun. I love that energy. That's so fun. They swing it through. This does feel like they're kind of mimicking or they're creating that essence of our female locker that is like heavy represented in Cyberagent, especially in round 1. If you wanted to see a great example of it, it was that one. But it was really fun. I love to see that accented here. This was so nice, da-da-da-da, and just having it nice and suave and still, but still having the transition nice and full. Dropping it down with a switch. I love that with the really great sound choice, and I love how they took the formation instead of having everybody travel to the front, they switched it and brought it around. It makes it more full, and it created a natural space there, which I love. They walk through, love that. Their spacing, I think, is cleaner than what Cyberagent did in the second half of their set, so they have that going for them as well. Love that. Once again, da 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 and a da da da. What is the cabbage? I think it's more of a, is it a Reebok or is it a Cabbage Patch? It's one of those two. Anyway, something like a little rock. Oh, well, maybe like a Steve Martin, but it didn't quite do a full Steve Martin, but that kind of rock energy, which is really nice. I love that little melt there. Super fun. They all come back in. They melt up. Really fun. I love that. And they all build up the energy a little bit more. I love that too. Turning it around, little chaîné action. Looks great. Come back in, little party. Yeah, boom, da-da, sexy. They go boom, boom, once again, and they bring it back in. And I love the every other, creating a beautiful level representation here. Looks great. They take it, they take that jacket off, and they say, boom, we're here. Guys, that's so nice. They take it, and they move to the back. That is awesome. Okay. Do I think Cyberagent may take the match? Potentially, but it's not going to be a clean sweep. I really don't think. Okay, skill. I think Cyberagent took it on a skill standpoint. Creativity, I think I like imoon's creativity more here in the sense of how they utilize their costume, how they utilize their music. Also, if you're going off of concept, their concept was freaking risky, but like in a really fun way. Choreography, that's kind of a tie for me. I think I appreciated both choreography choices if we're going to factor in like formations and stuff. Style. You know, okay, let me think. So for perfection, I think Cyber was cleaner. So I think I'd give him that. Choreography, I think, is more of a toss-up. I think style is a toss-up as well, because just style doesn't represent in sense of cleanliness either. So if I were to do, who's it, choreography, man, I would do, you know, I'm gonna make that a tie. I would give that one a tie. Style, that's also a toss-up depending on what you look at. So for me, I would say, could this end up as a, I would say Cyber may pull it out, but it's not going to be a shutout. I really don't think so. We could pull a tie. I'd be happy with that, or it would be like a 4-2. 4-2. I don't think it'd be like a 5-1 or 6-0. I think 4-2 would be like my specific guess, or a 3-3. I would hope for a 3-3, but that would be a really nice way of, we're not going to lose to them, but all that to say, this was so fun, and it was really nice to see imoon just go for it in this way. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more D.LEAGUE, I have so much of it that is going to be on YouTube, but I always release it first on Patreon, if that's something you want to be a part of. Once again, my name is Jess. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!